everyone, my name is Wessel and today we are in the city of Ghent. When I see anything interesting, I will show you that. We are going to visit Castle Gravenstein and we are also going to hike through the city.
Castle Gravenstein was built in 1180 on a hill of sand, under the command of Count Philip of Alsace. Until 1353 it was the residence of the Counts of Flanders, and the name, despite sounding like gravestone, actually means Castle of the Counts. Upon entering, one of the first things that I saw was that the winding staircases went counterclockwise instead of clockwise. Usually in castles you'll see that if you go up the stairs, the stairs go counterclockwise to prevent the right-handed enemies from progressing, because they had to reveal their entire body to attack someone who was higher on the stairs. In this castle that is not the case. It would be easier for attackers to attack the castle, and this also is easy to combine with the story that this fortress was a show of power by the counts, because building high houses was quite normal in that time, and the donjon, the main tower in this castle, is about 30 meters high, way higher than the houses of the rich people of Ghent. Despite the castle being a show of power over the common people of the city of Ghent, there were still some signs of warcraft in this castle. On the inside of the castle there was an armory, which showed a harness and a longsword. Now this longsword was about as long as I am tall, which is about 1 meter and 80 centimeters, or nearly 6 foot. And on the roof there were these trapdoors. These trapdoors were located between the battlements, and they were perfectly fit to pour boiling oil and burning tar down the walls to burn the people who tried to enter the castle. From the top of the castle you also had a view. To the west you can see mostly houses and a Carmelite monastery. To the south you can find from right to left the Church of St. Michael, the Korenmarkt or Corn Market, the Church of St. Nicholas, the Belfort of Ghent, and the Cathedral of St. Bavo. When we look towards the east, the most prominent features are the Cathedral of St. Bavo, the Church of St. Jacob, and a chimney from a factory in the distance. Looking towards the north, we don't see a lot of interesting things, mostly a lot of houses and a lot of building cranes. When we hike through the city, we reach the Vrijdagmarkt, or the Friday market. As the name suggests, there is always a market here on Friday. This has been a tradition since 1199, and in the middle of the market square we find a statue of Jacob van Artevelde, a Belgian politician who stood on the side of the English during the 100 Years' War, who was killed by an angry mob on this square in 1345. One thing that you do see a lot of in Ghent are canals. On this canal you see on the right side the Korenlei, in the middle the Church of St. Michael, and on the left side you find the Graslei. The Graslei is a wharf on the river Leie, close to the river Scheldt. It originates from the 5th century, when Ghent was the center for wheat trade. In Ghent we passed 3 big churches, one of which was the Church of St. Michael, which was built before 1105, but it burned down twice in the early 12th century. The current church dates from 1440, but was partly destroyed by Calvinists in the years 1578 and 1579. The northeastern part of the church was rebuilt in Baroque style in 1650 and 1651. We also passed the Church of St. Nicholas, which was built in the early 13th century as a replacement of a Romanesque church. Over the years, the building has been deteriorating until it was not safe anymore to enter the church, so it was restored in the early 20th century. The organ on the inside of this church is one of the most important Romantic organs of Belgium, which was built by Aristide Cavaillé-Coll in 1856. In the background of this picture you can also see the Belfort of Ghent and the Cathedral of St. Bavo. The current Gothic Cathedral of St. Bavo stems from 1274. Inside you can find the Ghent altarpiece, which was painted in 1420 to 1432 by Hubert and Jan van Eyck. Unfortunately, I did not have the time to visit the Ghent altarpiece, so I can't show that. But this is the interior of the Cathedral of St. Bavo. So that was Ghent. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all next time.